Let's go.
Welcome back to another episode of So You Think You Can Fucking Bitch.
Whoa!
I'm Steven Kerrigan. With me back again is Peter Roccaforte, and I just know Peter's got an intro for me.
I sure do, because we're two pitch artists that learned from the best of the best decades ago to become the best of the best. And from the Atlantic City Boardwalk to your local grocery store and big box retailer, we made companies millions of dollars selling products that you'd probably roll your eyes at. And now we're searching social media for pitches that are going to make our hearts sing. Finding products and personalities that make you want to buy or make you want to cry. Welcome to another episode of So You Think You Can Pitch.
Running
shoes.
Running shoes.
Let's
Definitely
go,
not baiting Peter with this
You're
episode.
Absolutely baiting me, and I'm here for it. I'm ready to go. Hooks in. Oh, let's go.
You think you can take time off to move, you piece of shit?
Yeah, I gave you 2 weeks to come up with the most devious product you could find.
And just 1 hour ago, I did.
Nice.
So
yeah, running shoes.
how are things? Can you be louder? Make yourself louder.
Can I make myself louder?
Yeah.
I think so. Am I louder now?
Yeah, that's better.
All right, well, that's me being louder.
All right.
How are things? Things are good.
Things are great. Big news over here in my world. Guess who has 2 thumbs and got engaged?
Whoa, congratulations.
Am
How
I going to
did
get
she-
on 90 Day Fiance? Maybe.
How did she ask?
I
know you're not gonna, so.
Not entirely wrong. Not entirely wrong. But yeah, no, I visited a lady friend of mine in Toronto, and one thing led to another. Obviously, we've been talking for a while about these kinds of things. And yeah,
You're getting hitched.
getting hitched.
Look at that.
I did warn her, though,
Congratulations.
if we do get on 90 Day Fiance, I will accuse her of cheating.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to.
I mean, I will manufacture drama. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised that's all you said.
Well, that's all. I mean, that's.
You should have taken out like the if we end up on 90 Day Fiance prenup, where she signs off that you can create as many manufactured dramatic scenarios as possible, and she just has to play along. Like it's the yes and clause, just over and over
the yes
and over.
and clause. Beautiful. Absolutely. Yeah, I said, here are the things that are on the table. Gold digger, okay? Green card.
Cheated on me.
Cheated on me.
Who's going for the green card, though? Are you going for the Canadian one, or is she going for the U.S. one? 'Cause
So
I really feel like you should just say you're relocating to Toronto now and save yourself the trouble.
funny you mentioned that as well, because when all these things were coming up, I was like, my grandfather is Canadian, and that would qualify me for Canadian citizenship.
Yeah.
So something to look into for sure. I don't think we have any documentation, though, that proves that. That's the issue. So
You can find that stuff. I mean, people are doing it for Italian citizenship all the time. Although nowadays, the Italian citizenship thing, the Italian courts are like, all right, we're not bringing in anybody that doesn't have at least a mom or a dad that's Italian. All this
did they make it more
grandfather,
strict?
great-grandfather stuff,
Okay.
we're out on that. Like, we're done with that 3rd generation, 4th generation, by blood, 7th generation. No, fucking save yourselves the trouble. No citizenship. And that was like back in October of, I think last year, or even the year before. And now
Okay.
there's all this news popping up that they're revisiting it in May, and they're like, oh, we're not sure. We maybe we do, maybe we don't. Maybe
That
we'll
was
let the
our
grandfathers.
that was our idea, but then we looked at the actual work it would take to like verify, and we figured
change
Eh,
it. We were
forget
like,
about
forget it. Just let them do whatever they want. Just I'll take an espresso and
Yeah,
it.
the more the better. I don't know. It's like just don't take our 2-hour lunches away from us. We don't want these immigrants with work ethics coming in here.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Once you start working all day, then it's like, all right, now you're messing with the culture.
Yeah, I mean, God forbid you try to get anything done in Italy in August, because it just ain't happening.
When I was living there, I was there for Ferragosto, and I
Okay.
had to work, but I had my laptop with me, and so I tell my cousin, I can't go to this Ferragosto party with you because I've got to work. And he's like, why, man? It's going to be so good. We have a full porchetta. We're putting it in the rock oven, like this, that, the other. It's in the mountains with my friends in the countryside. You're going to love it. And I'm like, all right, well, I mean, there's got to be Wi-Fi, though. I have like work meetings to do. And he's like, yeah, there's Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi. Come on. And I'm like, yeah, there's got to be Wi-Fi. And then he's like, no, we got the Wi-Fi. Come on. So I go to this party. And we show up, and I open my laptop. I'm like, all right, I got a meeting in 10 minutes. Where's the Wi-Fi? And he goes, hold on. And he takes his phone and puts it in hotspot mode and like puts it up into like a corner and goes, I think that'll do. And I'm like, no, man, you said there was Wi-Fi. And he's like, hotspot is a Wi-Fi. Yeah. I'm like, so I'm like camera off in these trainings, like working like a normal day. And meanwhile, behind me, they're all like singing and dancing and drinking and eating pork. And I'm like, fucking got to get out of these calls as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And, technically, wireless fidelity is an accurate way of describing it.
Yeah. And what else is going on in our world? So you're engaged. If things don't go well, you're definitely going to need a pair of running shoes, tell you that.
To run away? Is that what you're implying?
Yeah. I just finished my second Ironman a couple weeks ago, so I definitely used running shoes.
Yeah? Well, I figured you would have an opinion about this.
I got strong running shoe opinions. Very strong.
I can only imagine. I got running shoes that I walk in that are very comfortable.
You got like the Hoka Bondis, like the...
No, I got On Cloud.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good I walk in these running shoes brand.
That's exactly what I was aiming for, so I think...
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think that's...
There are some people who run in On Clouds and they swear by them. I can't wrap my head around it. Half the shoe's missing. It's like a Swiss cheese shoe. I'm like, what?
Well, they are Swiss, so...
I get it, but like, you don't got to be so literal. It's just
a little on the nose.
It's just there's holes all over the shoes. I'm like, where am I supposed to land? What if I hit a rock?
What is your go-to? What is your brand?
My go-to brand is Hoka.
Okay.
But I jest that Hoka is the like old person's orthopedic cool kid running shoe.
Okay.
Like it's for people that tried to run and got a lot of hip and back pain and then wanted to be able to run without hip and back pain.
Okay.
The joke being that they over index on cushion and on pretty much their entire line.
I see.
And some people don't like that. Some people want a more stable shoe where you can really feel your foot landing on each step rather. And
so you call them strokes?
I said step. Corrected myself.
I was thinking like that was like a running jargon thing. It's like the people that do professional arm wrestling, it's called pulling. It's not called arm wrestling.
No, but I guess there is a bit of like a stride, like a brush to your step. It's not just a step. You kind of brush the ground because you're propelling into the next one. Are we going to listen to the intro music the entire episode or just the first 10 minutes?
I don't know. Whatever I feel like.
Fuck you, Peter. I'm engaged now. I do what I want.
Let me check if I'm allowed to lower the intro music. Yeah, we can turn it up, pause it. There we go. So running is one of those things. I do need to introduce cardio to my life, but I'm worried that now after lifting and weighing 250, if I don't get good shoes, I'm going to screw my knees to complete shit.
100%. Also, you do not need to run in order to do cardio. There's swimming. There's and for someone who's spent so much time in the gym, there's fucking cycling. I bet your watts would be up to 3, 4, maybe 500.
Yeah, I just hate I hate cycling. The only thing I ever did for cardio that was good was rowing, but then because I could row for 60 minutes at like a steady pace and be fine. The problem is after lifting, I can't. Like it's just I'm so gassed. Walking incline is basically where I've landed.
That is honestly a very good solution. It's healthier than running, technically speaking.
Yeah, I hear standing's bad for your knees.
I don't know what to tell you. I just tell you what I read. I just regurgitate it like I made it up myself.
I read part of the title, and therefore I now know.
Yeah. I don't even read it. AI to read it for me. I'm like, summarize this because I don't want
to. I am getting increasingly fascinated by people that are regurgitating facts to me that was just an official looking TikTok. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, there's no source cited or anything regarding any of it. So who the hell knows? But
at Maria knows says that it's truth. So, and at Maria knows says a lot of great things.
She was wearing scrubs in the video, so I just assumed. You can't. They don't just give scrubs to anyone.
You can't possibly go to a store and buy them. You have to earn those scrubs.
I did once. This is funny. I tried to buy a post office uniform, like a postman's uniform.
Yeah.
Not for any specific reason. I just wanted the shirt with a logo on it. And they were like, oh, you have to show your actual federal ID to buy these. And I was like, oh, never mind. And they were like, are you trying to impersonate a postman? And I was like, no, I just
yes. Shirt. They like take out handcuff. The guys, security guards, like come out from the sides. Like,
we got a code.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. Absolutely. He's just neurodivergent. No, sorry, you're just not allowed to do that, sir. But that was a great idea. Have a good day.
I just like the logo. I have been building my collection of like official shirts. I got one from Circuit City, an old Circuit City employee.
Oh, that
button
is a
down.
Treasure.
I have a
That's
Blockbuster
a treasure.
polo.
No way. You have a Blockbuster polo?
I have a Blockbuster polo.
That's a treasure.
It is.
The last one for a lot of money.
Well, the last one in Bend, Oregon, is finally closing. I think. It was the last one for the longest time.
It was like the museum of it, though. Like they were keeping it alive because it was the last one. They're closing anyway now.
I was talking to them, and they were saying, the majority of their business is their online merch store. But they have to they still have to renew their corporate license with Blockbuster, which is held in a trust by some other company because obviously Blockbuster is out of business, but they still own the IP rights or IP rights of the trademarks and everything. But RIP Blockbuster.
They're getting bent over a barrel just to sell the merch, which is silly.
Yeah, and I mean, how about that argument on Friday night of what movie to get?
Gone are the days where you could, like, what movie to rent?
Yeah, Friday night. We're renting a movie.
We never had that argument because we had clear rules that avoided that argument. Everybody got to go in. Everybody got one movie. Everybody.
Oh,
mom, Annalise, me, whole family. One choice. It's your choice. You can do whatever you want with it. And that was it.
We had to all decide what to watch as a family. And
that's like, I bet you're also the type of family that played Monopoly a lot. Like just you wanted conflict. You wanted people to hurt each other.
Well, so my brother at a very young age, like he's very smart. He makes me look stupid. But he figured out pretty early that if you don't build hotels, because we also have to play by the rules. Like we've looked up the
Yeah.
rules to Candyland before on like whether or not a specific move was allowed. Granted,
No,
those
not
rules aren't
you.
very specific, so we debated that for a half hour. But he figured out that like so if nobody buys the property, it goes up for auction. And he figured out that if you don't build hotels, and this is before it got popularized on the internet, he figured out if you don't build hotels, you can max out the houses, and then there are no more houses for other people to build. So then it's just, I mean, the game lasted 45 minutes. Like it was
Yeah, yeah. He
whoever,
just
yeah,
he just chokeholded you. Yeah.
exactly, which is kind of the intent of the game Monopoly. It was meant to show the follies of
Jesus.
that type of system, but
Yeah.
neither here nor there.
Also, the
Because
type of family where your father would just throw a fork in the middle of the kitchen table and be like, "We're having tryouts. Whoever's left, one floor figure, whoever's left gets to eat dinner. That's it." Like just
yeah, it was that's where I learned to eat fast. So when I was in the Navy, they're like, "You only have 12 minutes to eat." I'm like, not a problem."
12.
A whole 12 minutes? That's 6 more than I need.
Wow.
Um, but yeah, good times. Lots of stuff.
So I imagine that this episode is going to have a particular trending running shoe that is being advertised right now.
Thank you for reading the script I provided. Right now, trending is the X Step 2000 kilometer 3.0, 5.0, 5.0 Pro men's pro running shoes, breathable training sneakers for jogging and marathon, Ace midsole comfort. They are top 50,000 in US sales. They've sold over 1.7 thousand units with a 4.7 out of 5 rating. Your total GMV is $141,000. Now this is interesting. They are trending. The price range for these, I guess, because there's 3.0 all the way to 5.0 and different versions, but the price is listed at $56.44 to $94.10, marked down from $66.60. So I don't necessarily understand that. X Step Official is their official handle, and your commission rate for these bad boys is going to be 8%. So we've seen better percentages, but if you're at the low end of $56, this is a higher price point than a lot of the products that we've done. So you could still make decent off of this. No problem there.
Okay.
What is your, for someone who does these massive races, and I imagine you came to your decision on shoes after much trial and error. How much are you willing to spend on running shoes?
So my average running shoe costs about $130.
Okay.
The truth is I find $160 shoe on discount because they're trying to get rid of overstock, and I don't care what color it is.
Sure.
And so they're like, all these nice colors are still 160, but if you buy puke green, it's 125. And I'm like, yeah, fucking give me the puke green. I don't give a shit as long as it's in my size. I'm gonna burn through them in a few months anyway. I'm not marrying these things.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's just the way I think about it. Like, I've got to buy a new pair of running shoes at least once a quarter, usually twice a quarter.
Oh, wow. Okay. And they're worn out, or they're just not as cushioned, or
they're worn. I mean, the lifespan of a good running shoe is between 300 and 400 miles. I've gotten 500 miles on some of the models, depending on which model it is. Some of the models burn faster than others, like the foam on the bottom and the grip on the bottom burns out faster. You can start to feel it, like when the foam, especially if you use them every day. The other thing that helps the lifespan of them is if you have shoes on rotation. Because if you wear the same shoe every single day, that foam just gets compressed and compressed and compressed and compressed and never has a chance to expand again. But if you keep them in rotation, then that foam gets compressed a little bit, it relaxes and expands back a little bit. So you get more longevity out of the shoes if you rotate them. So I've actually started to get more life out of my shoes now that I have a little arsenal of them that I use for different things.
Okay.
But the grip on the bottom of the shoe and the foam, especially on Hoka's, between where your foot is inside the shoe and then the actual bottom, the heel, both have their own lifespans and wear. And my experience has been about 400 miles is when you really want to set them out to pasture.
So this 2,000 kilometer claim, you're saying horse shit.
I'm saying the second you started talking about it, I was like, oh God, here we go. They're going to try to sell me a fucking $50 shoe that's supposed to last 2,000 kilometers, which is approximately
1,000 miles or so.
Yeah, a little bit more than that, like 1,100, 1,200 miles,
Yeah.
something like that. So 1,200 miles, I mean, that would be almost 3/4 for me. That would be unheard of if they could, if that claim was true. So and at the price point doesn't make any sense. Right. I'm not buying it at this point. I'm interested to see some of the pitches. The other thing to consider is that my racing shoes, the shoes that I'll actually go and perform in, are upwards of $300. They're between $250 and $300.
Wow.
So the 150 range is daily trainers. And then I have two pairs of shoes that each of them cost me about $275. I only race in them. I don't touch them unless I'm doing a race. And so they last a long time because, I did two big races in my one pair of shoes already. And so they've got, about 70 miles on them. And they're probably good for another 2 or 3 big races before I've got to set those out to pasture. So
would you transition those into daily trainers? Do they have a little bit more life in that regard? Or?
Well, the trouble is that the racing shoes are more expensive and have less life. Like by design.
Okay.
Because the foam is more delicate. The design is less stable. Like the design, like one of the ones I have, you're almost like rocking on a carbon plate that sits like on the ball of your foot.
Okay.
And what happens is when you step, that carbon plate springs the rest of your foot forward. So you go a lot faster, even if you're just taking your stride the way you normally would, because there's literally a piece of metal that's like springing you forward on every step. So that's like the separation of expense, of costs between the daily trainer and the racing shoe.
Okay. Interesting. Lots of stuff to consider that I didn't really think about. But yeah, I've been doing my up incline walking and my regular gym shoes, which are more designed for weightlifting, which are 0 drop.
Yep.
Like just flat. Some people swear by running in flat shoes, which sounds insane to me, but I have no idea.
There are runners that show up to the starting line with no shoes on.
Oh.
I remember the first race I ever did was a half marathon here in Philly. And I got up to the starting line, and there was a guy that he looked 70 years old, and he was a runner, so he was probably 85. and I looked down, and his feet were completely bare. No shoes, no socks, nothing. And I said to
running
myself,
is the smoking of cardio.
This is my first, It's like, this is my first race. I don't know how I'm going to do, but I know one thing. I got to stay ahead of that guy because I don't want my story to be, I got burned by an 85-year-old who wasn't wearing shoes.
A barefoot 85-year-old. Yeah, for sure. That would hurt the confidence. It's like anybody learning guitar. Don't look up videos of like 5-year-olds that are just absolutely shredding. Can be very disheartening. But if you're doing it for the love of the game,
Which,
what
isn't
else?
that why we do anything?
That's what you should be doing things for. But a lot of people are chasing that dragon. So let's go ahead and chase some of these pitches. Ugh.
Of all the
That
ways
was
we
a
could segue, that's
that was a sweaty segue. All
ugh.
right, let's take a look at our first pitch for these X Step 2,000 kilometer. Looks like these are the 3.0s.
Guys, the X Step 2,000 kilometer 3.0s. Guys, these running shoes are on another level. The performance of these is crazy. They're so lightweight, fit true to size. You get about a 70% return through the step and running on these ones. But click below, you see all the sizes. Anyway, they look good anyways. But I'll tell you right now, the performance of these will blow you away for the price. For the price of these and what you get for performance, it might be the best value running shoe I've actually ever seen, especially here on TikTok Shop. But click below, get yours. Just drop it on TikTok Shop in several different colors. I personally like the black with cream, just something different. But the performance, the return of energy back to your foot when you're striding is next level. But click below, get yours. If you don't follow me, always try to find my guys the best products here on TikTok Shop every single day. Till next time, click below, get yours. Peace. Guys, the X Step 2.
Did he just get back from a run? Because he sounded very out of breath.
It's authentic. I'll say that.
His breathing was so distracting.
When I looked up this product, I saw he had many videos of these shoes, different different colors and different. But yeah, so
I like the kick the camera closeout. I think that pitching a running shoe, any shoe, honestly, is a little tough because, what are you going to demo? I have seen one demo for inserts, which I'd be interested to see it done here on the shoe as well, where they pull the toe back and then they launch the shoe.
Yeah,
the air to show you what the propulsion is when you put pressure on it and you push against it, how it propels you back to give you more momentum. So that is a cool way to demo, I imagine, but we didn't see it here.
Yeah, we didn't really get into what we're looking for out of these pitches, but just in that first one, I can tell, like you were saying, this is going to be not only a difficult product to pitch, which, what does that mean if you guys are up against a product that you are not really finding a way in? You do have what Peter was saying is like, if you want to demonstrate a specific feature of the shoe, the rebound, you can like launch it or something like that. So it's really important for these kinds of products to have that authentic voice, because I didn't doubt for a second this guy's a runner. He definitely has the vibe. You saw in his background, he has like just shelf upon shelf of running shoes on there. So, all of these things are either he did it intentionally or it's just a byproduct of like instinctually going, I need to come across as a runner and somebody that runs a lot. This is DC Fitness 1, the number 1. We are dealing with a professional. 3.4 thousand units sold in the past 28 days. Sports t-shirts, shirts, and t-shirts are his top categories. Average video view is 4.7 thousand with only 29.6 thousand followers and a 0.34% engagement rate. So
that's strong. He's got a community. He knows how to drive them. He's selling like that.
Well, but without having the follower base, what we can tell from these numbers is that he is, like I said, capitalizing on that trend by having multiple videos of the same product. That's going to guarantee, like, as the trending product, the algorithm is going to point you more in that direction, right? So even without the followers and the engagement rate, he's getting the sales, which is Very,
Yeah.
very smart, very smart structure to that for sure.
Yep.
But the pitch was like, believe
meh.
me.
Yeah, well, again, I think that there's going to be a lot of trouble with this particular product because I don't know what else you could do besides say believe me. I was just thinking that if I was given this, I would go running in them. I would get a feel for them. I'd better understand how they're designed because all running shoes have pros and cons, every single one.
Yeah.
And then I think my angle for the pitch would be to capture the people that resonate with what my recommendation is for the shoe based on what type of runner you are. Like if you're someone who likes to feel the bottom of the shoe, you prefer stability, you don't like a big foam on the back, you run in supronation versus pronation, you're good at a midsole strike, you're not heel striking. This is the type of shoe that is really going to reward you for the work that you're doing and the type of posture that you take. Like I feel like since I can't demo it, at least I can get it in a particular sweet spot of person that goes, that's me. Holy crap. He understands me. He gets me in my problems. I'm going to buy from him.
I'm going to say this next part with love, but who's autistic now?
High five through the phone, Steven. You gone did it. 26 episodes of you fucking crunching fast moss numbers that people don't give one shit about it. I talk about shoes for fucking 120 seconds and you call me autistic.
Halfway through, I was like, wow, this seems a little technical. But the point is, like, I think you do have to strike that balance of coming across with, like, what you're talking about as a runner from like hard won experience and hours of training, years upon years of like this integrated into your lifestyle. So if you are going into like the technicalities in a way of somebody that's like, I'm looking to get into running, do you just like lead into it and jump into it, or do you like how do you balance those kinds of things?
I think that's fair because my approach would cut out an entire section of the market of people that are just trying to get into it because they'd be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like, next video.
Right. Your mic got quiet again. Your mic got a little quiet.
I didn't change the volume. I'll make it louder.
Yeah, no, maybe it's a thing. All right. Well, let's play this next video while you take a look at that.
So light of a shoe. The X-Tep running shoes, guys. Look how clean this shoe is. I love light running shoes. I have over 20 different running shoes. Foam right there. It's super light. It's got great cushion on the inside, and it's super breathable, super comfortable. Look at the grips on the bottom. So many different colors, guys, down below that this company makes. I want to get the other colors because I love running in these shoes. There's great bounce in it below. And guys, look at the price. You can't go wrong with these pair of running shoes, guys. I'll link down below. Make sure to choose your colors because the colors are low in stock. Some of these colors, guys, a lot of people are getting the different colors. I love this one because I don't have white shoes like this. I'll leave a link down below. About to go for a run, guys. So light of a shoe.
The colors, Duke. The colors.
The colors.
I believe that he's athletic and that he runs, and I didn't dislike his personality and would rate him higher in attention than he deserves, but he was just not thinking about the words that were coming out of his mouth, and there was no direction or intention behind the like beats, the breathable beats and step-by-step instructions that lead you from an understanding a new interaction with a human all the way to I want to buy from said human. Like, we didn't get that arc journey. He was like, down, colors, blah, check the price, colors, this, colors. It was so marbled and jargoned. And I purposefully did not make sense in that little section to make a point of how little sense he made in his actual delivery there. But I could see somebody seeing that cool shoe, seeing an attractive athletic guy showing it off and being like, Sure, yeah, why not? So I don't know. His sales could be good, could be bad, but I've got qualms about the structure and intention of his pitch.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. There didn't seem to be a script to it. Very much reliant on, being like you said, he clearly works out. He clearly is fit. He has that authentic voice of, I believe he runs. I certainly do. And I think that's going to carry him throughout.
We don't even need to see a script. Like, we've seen plenty of pitches here that don't have scripts. You can tell that they're just being themselves and improvising a little bit, and they do great. But we need to see structure. There needs to be a direction, some form of intention that says, I made a consideration about the message I wanted to give you before I started recording. And
Yeah,
that was totally missing from this, except colors. That's the only thing I got out of that.
Yes, so this was Wrath of Vol, VOLL. Top categories are wellness supplements, no surprise there, toothpaste and nasal cleaning, plus 42 more categories, and 3.5 thousand units sold in the past 28 days. His trending, it's very up and down, his graph. Average video view in the last 28 days is only 317. He has 16.9 thousand followers and an engagement rate of 0.96%. So very much one of those gymfluencer types of probably has a lot of it.
If you're selling, you're selling. But
right.
What I said about could be good, could be bad really stands pretty true, because the stats say both.
Yeah, exactly. It's, this is the kind of thing of, he had comparable sales to the first guy who had a very clearly thought out, in and out kind of pitch.
Yep.
And this guy is more reliant on his actual follower base. And both ways are valid approaches. But if you want to make that 3.5 thousand become 5.5 thousand, then these are the types of things, like just a little bit of structure, hitting those key points. You're going to get people that are not in your fan base to engage and buy, essentially, which is one of the things that I think we had to learn to excel in, very much so, because we did not have any control over who was watching it. It was people that were there in the store, and you have to hit every kind of target and really get them to see themselves. So I'd love to see these pitches veer into maybe a little bit of that. Like, if you are thinking about running, or if you've been running for years, you need appropriate running shoes. Here's why. These are going to get you there. It's at the right price point. They're good. And then to your point earlier, you could say, if you're a professional racer and you need a daily trainer, like, I'm not even going to pretend to say that these are your next racing shoe. These are your training shoes. If you're looking at getting into running, like, these are going to put you, like, the form of it is going to encourage the correct placement of foot to stride to save you on that knee pain, this, that, and the other.
Yeah,
so.
and what you're doing there, I think, is you're weaving storyline into the product and connecting people's thoughts to the item in a way that goes, oh, that's me, which is technically its own form of benefit stacking.
Yeah.
And that is something that has been missing from both of these, that I would love to see in one of these pitches, where somebody steps up and says, if you're this type of person, it's going to connect with you in this way. If you're that type of person, it's going to connect you in that way. If you're this type, which is sort of like what I was getting at a little bit, but I obviously went overly too technical because I'm neurodivergent, and the et cetera, et cetera.
You too?
Yeah, I know, right? Crazy.
Why are we friends? But yeah, I agree.
Agreed. We need to see that. We need to see that in this for me to feel good about this pitch, because there is no demo, And so without weaving that narrative into multiple buying types, you're really just sitting there going, this is a shoe, buy the shoe. You'll like the shoe.
Colors.
Shoe. Colors. Yeah, like
You're
what the
running
fuck,
out,
man?
flash sale, all of those things. And this is a symptom of online pitching that I've noticed, is like all of those things are either like at the beginning or at the end. It's not the main body of the pitch. Like you have something that's so directional in its use case. So a lot of the people that might, ask of like, well, how would you benefit stack a running shoe? It only runs. Is that you then have to get different demographics. Like, are you going on walks more in your like you have to like bring those use cases like to the shoe, as opposed to a slicer, which this slices everything, and then you list all the things that it can slice. So benefit stacking applies everything applies to everything you do, but you have to address these different elements of these things in the pitch itself. And even if you're selling a lot more than other people, I've seen it happen way too many times in my career, of some people just like have a natural kind of like bar that they hit, and they're not doing it that well. And it's like, if you were focused on these things, you could then sell multiples to one person, as opposed to just selling, I'm selling enough, so why try harder, right? All right, let's go on to the next.
Wow, look at the colors.
I'm just kidding, but these are the X-Tep running shoes. Check these things
Wait,
out.
what
These
was
are
he
the
kidding
fluorescent.
about? Hold on.
Apparently, only real men run in pink. I'm just kidding, but these are the X-Tep
Oh.
running shoes. Check these things out. These are the fluorescent pink. These look so sick. Am I, dude? Yes. Did I get pink? Yes. I love hot pink. This is like one of my favorite colors ever, and they look freaking sick for running shoes. They have like that fluorescent look to them. Super big soles. They're super soft and bouncy. They feel great. They're super light on the feet. They're breathable on the tops. I love the material of them. Like I said, literally right out of the box, I didn't even lace them up yet. They feel amazing on my feet. I mean, just check out how thick that sole is. I freaking love these. They have a bunch of sizes. They have a ton of other colorways as well. Like, check them out. There's so many other ones. And the best part with free shipping going on right now, if you want to check some of these out, in my opinion, I think these are awesome for running. If you want to grab some, they're right there in the orange card if you want to pick up a pair. Apparently, only
That was a very strong start. The opening frame impact of that was spot on, and the end was decent in the call to action.
He picked the right color. He got my attention. He placed the
Yep.
product really well. I couldn't look away from those shoes, which is not a dig on him. I think that's the whole point. It made me want them a little bit, just because they were just in front of my face for 60 seconds. So his handling, if you will, strong, but directionally speaking, again, pitch just had no intention in the center.
There was nothing in the center
of it.
And don't
just
double tap. Like, we've talked about this before, of like when we're doing the wine opener pitch, and like the jokes about the ex-wife are like borderline. Maybe that's just coming from my very privileged perspective, but hey, I'm engaged now, so I don't make those jokes anymore. But
You never did.
don't double tap the joke you already made, because we got it right. The opening frame impact of only real men run in pink shoes. I'm just kidding, but these shoes are good. Da 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 da. And
Yep.
then he went, yes, I'm a guy, and yes, I got. It's like, no. We're
past
anybody that
Yeah.
actually cares about that is not giving a shit about your running shoes, and they're not going to buy pink shoes if they are that type of mentality. So
Yep.
you hit it. It had the great opening frame impact. You grabbed my attention. Then feature. Colors are running out. There's a sale. Like, whatever your jam is, whatever your call value to, whatever that call to action is, hit it and get out. Like, if you just had a little bit of substance in the middle, this would have been a great
Home run.
pitch.
Yeah, it would have been
Yeah.
a home run. I did not get the feeling that he runs a lot
No, yeah,
based on the
he
way
he had a
presented
gimmick.
the shoes. Yes.
And we forgot to mention this, but if you have a particular brand of running shoe that you like, please let us know at so you think you can
pitch at gmail.com.
at Gmail, blah 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 blah. Okay, not this guy. It was this guy. Maddox.shop. Top categories are cables, chargers, and adapters, sunglasses, and then mattress pads and toppers, which kind of falls in line with what we noticed because the other guys were very much like in sports t-shirts and wellness supplements.
Yeah.
Units sold 390.
Yep. Well, there you go.
With an app, see, this is 3.2 thousand video views in the last 28 days with 34.1 thousand followers. Which I mean that makes sense to me.
More followers than the first guy selling 10% of the base.
Yeah. And the like, because one thing, like, yes, I agree with all the points about the first two pitches, but they very much came across as authentic. Like, I believed them to be runners. I did not believe this kid to be a runner, and there was no substance to his pitch, and we saw the proof. I don't know. I think there's nothing really else to say about that. Do better.
Yeah, do better, guys.
Do better, my guy.
Oh, this guy's.
Right, I'm going to turn the volume up before I start this video this time.
Almost as light as this and almost as soft as these. Just got the X-Step 5.0s, literally half the price of the other shoes. All right, now as you guys may know, I started running a few months ago, started with the 2.0s. As you can tell, ran in them quite a bit. Absolutely love these shoes. Just did my half marathon in the 260X. Finally got my hands on the pair of the 5.0s. The main difference for me is how soft they are. A lot more cushioning, which I love. These do come with the carbon plate, so they will give you some speed. These are extremely light. They're about 218 grams, which is an extremely light running shoe. The toe box is wider, so if you have wide feet, these will be perfect for you. I would say these fit true to size. I got a size 10.5, and they fit perfectly. I was able to actually put some insoles in them, and they're only 80 bucks. For a quality shoe like this, 80 bucks is really a good deal. So if you guys want to check these out for yourself, I'll link it below. Almost as light.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hit some features.
If you're the type of person who they've got the cushion for that. You got the carbon plate for speed. He gave the grams, which I thought was very important, and it's been completely overlooked for the last 4 pitches. Wasn't going to say anything because I didn't want to be criticized, but yes. yes.
I would never.
Oh. Yeah. Yes, and more yes. That's the cleanest pitch we've seen for this yet. Really,
and
well done.
Absolutely agree. And what stood out for me as well, which is something that I don't think is usually necessary or helpful, is the comparison to other products. But in this instance, specifically for running shoes, I think it's good to have this, like, you get the size and shape of the other brands, which he's not calling the brands out because I don't think you technically can because it's defamation, but it just shows a lot of thought. I was interested that he called out that he's only been running for a couple months, which is probably honest, but we don't. Pitching, you do have to be honest when you pitch, but you don't want to detract from your own message.
It was honest. I appreciate that. I don't think that it gave me like a hot second of pause, but I wasn't deterred by it because he was saying all the right things.
Yeah.
Like for 2 months of running, he's very well educated. I wasn't educated like that after 2 months of running, so good on him. And he's saying he did his first half marathon after only 2 months of running. Good on him twice. Like,
yeah, maybe he means like running intentionally, like
maybe
trying to like actually. But yeah, for a technically sound pitch, this is what kills me. 63 units sold in the past 28 days. Drew Yee, he only has 2 categories, running shoes and t-shirts. So I think that's factoring into it a lot because he has 4,000 video views in the past 28 days and only 2,000 followers, but a 1.07 engagement rate.
The kid's just getting started. He doesn't have enough videos up. How many videos in total does his profile have?
That's a good question. Let's take a look.
He doesn't have any momentum. He's got no ramp right now.
Oh God. Yeah, there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 23 videos.
Yeah. If you can count them on your fucking hands and toes, he's not TikToking yet.
Yeah.
I want to revisit this kid in 6 months and see where he's at.
But he's lifting weights in the gym. He's cut up.
Yeah, dude, he's jacked. He's good.
Yeah.
The one thing I would say is I really wish he wasn't wearing his sunnies because, like, it's important to see your face, your eyes.
The engage, yeah, it's clear he runs from like that authentic piece, but like removing your eyes from the camera, because his other videos, he has sunglasses in a lot of them, but not in all of them. You have to balance that authentic frame with engaging with your actual audience, which I think that kind of got hurt in this because it was a wider shot. He was further away. He was mic'd appropriately, but I think it hurt at the end of the day.
Yep. You
Um,
got a promising future, kid. Keep it up.
yeah, he's gonna be fine. Yeah, especially with such a low base. I think he's
Thinkies.
Super lightweight. Literally feels like I don't have anything on my feet, and this color just pops like crazy. I mean, just look at them. I'm rocking them with some oversized pants, but bro, these are like super fire. I'm not gonna lie, these might be my new favorite.
No, don't squat.
Those days of buying $200 shoes just to use at the gym are over. So if you see the orange car on this video, that means that sale is still going on. Super lightweight, literally.
Okay, sorry for interrupting the video, but he was doing hack squats in these shoes. Don't do that.
My shoes to do squats and basically all leg workouts.
Yeah, don't use really cushiony running shoes, especially that have that like scoop in them that are designed for running. You are going to blow out both of your knees in a fire. But he's very engaging.
But we do like the color pink. Good job with the color pink.
We like the color pink.
Guy.
I interrupted that.
Your knees,
I'm sorry.
Your knees will burn in a fire. Your knees.
I peeked at the numbers. I want to see this one more time.
Literally feels like I don't have anything on my feet, and this color just pops like crazy. I mean, just look at them. I'm rocking them with some oversized pants, but bro, these are like super fire. I'm not gonna lie, these might be my new favorite gym shoes. Those days of buying $200 shoes just to use at the gym are over. So if you see the orange car on this video, that means that sale is
okay. A lot of personality. I mean, he's
I want to see him pitch the fucking phone covers. Like, give him him like some of those products.
Well, so this is next gen threads, earphones and headphones, storage bags and fryers, and 35 more categories. So he is with 91.6 thousand followers. Average video view is 20.1 thousand followers, and he's sold 3.5 thousand units in the past 28 days. Probably not very many running shoes.
For shoes.
Yeah. I see, like, if he was pitching me mandolins or the air fryers or anything like that, I think he would be crushing it. So, which he clearly is.
I would buy 1 million headphones from that guy. He's got the headphone attitude all day.
Yeah, very much just influencer. He has the follower base. He's doing just fine, but for God's sake, like, don't.
Yeah, don't. He was trying something new. I appreciate it.
He was doing like, oh, these are gym shoes. I'm gonna do gym stuff. Like,
no.
Do not squat in running shoes. Like,
do not squat in running shoes.
I don't need you to get squat shoes. Unless you're really like trying to be like that's one of your lifts that you are trying to increase. You don't need squat shoes. You just don't. And even those are designed for those lifting platforms. They're not really designed for like, how like a lot of gym floors have give to them because it's all right. I need to stop there because I will go on. Okay, moving right along.
So I might be a weirdo, but I've literally bought 10 pairs of shoes from the TikTok shop. And why is because I wanted to try a pair of these shoes that I never heard of because they were cheap, they looked decent, and I was impressed with them. And every time I get a pair of shoes from the TikTok shop, I'm actually pretty surprised because they're good shoes and they're cheap. But these ones blew me away. These are the best ones I've got yet. These things are really a premium shoe. I mean, these are nicer than shoes that I paid over $100 for back when I was still buying name brand shoes. And the X-Step brand is what these are. I think the main reason why you can get these shoes at such a good price is because they don't have the huge advertising budget. They're not paying to be in all these different short stores. They're just making a really good shoe. And these things are awesome. They look great. They've got good support. Check this out. They look fantastic. You can get them in different colors. I like the wild colors, but you can get a much more tame version if that's what you are into. But the insoles are super soft. They've got good support. Check these things out. They're in the TikTok shop. Just tap that link down below. You're probably going to start buying all your shoes from TikTok too once you try them out. So I'm
the pitches have such a wild spectrum of, and I don't want to judge a book by its cover, but I'm about to, because you need to go into features and technical specs if you are going to sell running shoes.
And I saw that guy at Ironman Jacksonville, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, that's just personal bias. I'll examine later then.
Jokes aside. I liked what he had to. I liked his. I thought his. It was nice to see the.
No, there was no script. No. After 2 weeks off,
he didn't even know the name of the product. He didn't even know the name of the product.
He had to look at it and he had to remind himself. And like when you are getting into justifications of why you're buying shoes from the TikTok shop, you are presupposing the audience's point of view of, I know TikTok shop shoes are bad, but these are good. It's like you've just put that idea in the audience's head. Like none of that. If you bought 10 pairs, and that's honest, which I don't believe, if you have bought 10 pairs of shoes, you would be a lot more excited about this of like, I have bought 10 pairs of these shoes. I'm not a runner, but these, these are helping me train and blah, 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 blah. Instead of like the colors are great, but if you don't like bright colors, you can get a more muted color. Like it's like, I know they come in different colors. They're fucking shoes. Like you're not telling me anything.
I know they come in different colors. They're fucking shoes. Also, that line can the fucking colors pitch that we saw a few scenes ago.
Yeah. Oh, good God.
I'm sorry, Steven. He got you all worked up. That one really.
Do you know what started it? He goes, the reason why is because, and I was like,
syntax.
It's not English. Like, I don't really care about young people's slang because language evolves. But if you then use that slang incorrectly, I will get more annoyed than not like I don't just I hated it.
And I will figure out how to take you down. That's
I
really
hated
what you
it.
want to say at the end of that.
I
I will
just-
figure out. The second you said the reason why is because I knew exactly what I was going to do, which is take you down bit by fucking bit.
I was gonna, no, but people have done that before. No, that has happened. I forget which episode it was, but there was it the steamer? Oh, I don't remember, but it was the lady was sitting on her bed, the phone mount one, where that was a linguistic train wreck, but her engagement was so in tune and in tone with her audience. I was like, this is not for me. And I bet she does really well. And she did.
And then she
really
did.
Well. So corgi.rc top categories are cars, lorries, and trains. There were a lot of those diecast cars, lorries, and trains in his background. Optical drives, sports and energy drinks, and 65 other categories. He is casting a wide net. He has sold 821 units in the past 28 days. Average video view is 2,000. He has 16.4 thousand followers. His engagement rate is only 0.96%. So, yeah, you gotta step it up. Come in with a plan. Okay, I'll be nice for a second. I would listen to this guy explain the technical specs of an optical drive for 40 minutes. But that is not a sales pitch. What we saw was not a sales pitch. This was like I'm gonna throw these running shoes out there
and see what happens. Yeah.
With 65 other categories, and like this one is not even near his top.
No rhyme or reason to them. Yeah.
Yeah. And it showed, frankly.
And for these reasons, we're out.
We're out. All right.
Yo, check out my new shoes. These things are clean. They were way cleaner than I was honestly expecting. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be wearing these things to the gym. I'm gonna go check them out and put them through the test right now. But I'm gonna link them in the orange card below. Yo, check out my new shoes.
Try to thirst trap me, sir.
I was like, go on.
There was no pitch at all except to look at my big manly manhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no subs. He was like, I haven't even tried them yet. I don't know what they're like, but you should buy them. What the fuck?
It's your turn to be triggered. I was like,
what the actual fuck is that?
That man is in shape and his shirt is off. That's all I need.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, there's no pitch. And I'm like, I was thinking.
I didn't realize. I didn't recognize it.
I liked that color of the shoe, but
yeah, I like the color of the shoe, but he fucking didn't. He walked in and said, I've never even tried these shoes before. I just got them today. Still on my feet. Could have tried them out and then recorded the video, but decided I'd record the video before I tried them out so I could leave you to your own fucking devices. Plus the fucking cart button to buy a pair of shoes that you know fucking nothing about, thanks to me. Fuck him.
They look clean.
Yeah, they look clean. Yeah, they look clean because you just fucking bought them. You didn't even try them.
Yeah. Yeah, there was nothing.
And the no shirt bothered me as well. It's not just for women; it's for men too. No easy thirst trapping on your pitches, on your commission-based videos. If you want to do that on your own time, that's your business. But your commission-based videos, you should present yourself accordingly, or you should start an OnlyFans. You can quote me on that.
OnlyFans is so saturated these days. That was someone's dad 713. Top categories are t-shirt, shirts, stowing, and tidying.
His top categories:
Ooh.
t-shirts, shirts, because he wasn't fucking wearing one.
80 units sold in the past 28 days. Really spiked 519, where he sold 60 of the units of t-shirts. Only 4 more categories, too. 2.7 thousand views in the past 28 days, which, hey, thirst trapping will get views, but there's no substance. With 73.6 thousand followers and a 10.43% engagement rate, these numbers are trash.
Yeah, those are the stats of a man that's getting a lot of attention and no money for it. That's what
That's
just
what the
heard.
shirt off is for. It's like you get him in the door, but to Peter's point,
Start an
I don't know if
OnlyFans.
these are good or not. You should buy them.
At least he'll get paid for it on OnlyFans. Jesus.
Maybe that's what's funding these videos. That was garbage. Okay, last one.
The pink ones. I do like the pink ones.
I like the pink ones too. Yeah, very much. Also, you need visible
So I probably
color.
should have checked the reviews first before buying these X-Step running shoes that literally everyone's talking about, because I didn't know they only weighed about 8 ounces, which feels really lightweight on foot. And I definitely didn't know how nice that thick midsole and breathable mesh would actually feel. I also didn't know how sick their fluorescent pink colorway actually looked. I mean, you can see it's just kind of popping. I really wasn't sure how they were going to feel with my wider feet, but they actually feel really comfortable. I mean, it's safe to say X-Step never fails to impress me. I mean, the hardest part about grabbing these was trying to pick between all their sick color combos. I mean, honestly, crazy for that price in the bottom left corner. If you guys did want to go ahead and snag these, I dropped the link right there. Yeah, so I probably should have.
I mean, for the Utes, that's a nice little pitch. He had good Ute patter. Yeah. He had good Gen Z patter, my humble opinion.
He had a good structure. Yeah, yep. Absolutely. The only pitch that showed somebody actually running.
Yeah, I appreciated all the views of the feet and the shoe. I feel like that's good product placement, good handling, if you will. But again, like many of these voiceover pitches, if we don't get the face interaction ever, there's something difficult about the attention score. There's something difficult about making a connection with the person pitching on the other end. And that would be my big critique for him. Yeah. That he could have started and ended, just bookend exactly what he did there with a front shot. So his first shot, his first frame is him talking directly to the camera. Hey, I went and bought these shoes. They're pretty cool. Then edit, because you were editing anyway. Do everything you just did with all the feet. At least I got to see your face. And then cut back to his face and said, hey, I put a link in the corner below here. Just click right there. So that your close is there and your open is there. That would have been really nice.
Yeah. I mean, no need for me to double down, because I think you covered it. Exactly what I was thinking, especially with the editing point, if you're already editing. So this is Finn Sullivan 7. Earphones and headphone speakers and security cameras are his top categories. 670 units in the past 28 days, with average video view of 5.9 thousand, 20.5 thousand followers. You gotta, it's the engagement, because while he hit the points right and he did do the multiple shots and he did show the features and he talked about like wide feet, which
he's not connecting with any buyers. He's not connecting with the audience.
Buyer. Exactly. Precisement. Yeah. And those, because he's got the following to do a lot more. Which is what I think the first video spoke to, of like, for having so few followers, I guarantee you, which I forgot to mention at the top. Sorry, we've been on a break. I guarantee you he went to fastmoss.com and looked at the stats and the trending and saw like, okay, these are trending. I'm going to do multiple videos to get in the algorithm. I'm going to get the people, and then combining that with his athletic build, his authentic voice, he could have a less strong pitch and still do the numbers, which he clearly was doing. So Fastmoss. Absolutely. All
Is
right.
that the last
Running
one?
shoes. That was the last one.
Running shoes. Dude with the sunglasses on the wide shot. It's a shame that he's just getting started because I feel like video for video, outside of all the other factors and algorithms that impact your sales, that was the strongest that we saw.
Absolutely.
This was a tough product overall. I think it's tough to pitch running shoes. There's no demo. Benefit stacking needs narrative and storyline weaving. If you don't know about running shoes, the value propositions of the weight and the carbon plate and some of the other factors, the foam, the insoles, won't resonate with you. And if you do know about running shoes, you have a preconceived notion as to what works for you personally. And some of that could either cross-pollinate in a good way or cross-contaminate in a bad way. So it's not an easy product. Shoes are a very personal thing.
And we went with a specific brand. We tend to do that so that if we come back to a category, we can pick a different, specific brand. But the top selling product, interestingly enough, didn't have enough pitches, and it's the Nordiv 8, and they've sold 1.2 thousand in the past 7 days overall.
Wow.
So
okay,
what's the X step?
Do you feel like people are getting into running more? Like running is a fancy thing now. People want to run.
I think it's the same.
That's good.
Is running the fancy thing? I don't
know. I feel like I got into running. I like to think that it was my own personal life journey that got me into running. And then a few years later, I noticed all the races were more busy. All the prices for races were going up. There's run shoes all over. And I'm left wondering if it's me recognizing more about running because I've become a runner. And there's that cognitive bias connected to when you decide you want to buy a BMW, all of a sudden you see all the BMWs on the road, like that sort of thing. Or if since COVID, this health and wellness trend has really ticked up in a huge way, and running is a big component of that because all I need is a pair of shoes and a fucking handheld water bottle and I can go about my business. Whereas cycling, I need to have like $10,000 worth of fucking equipment in order to do anything worthwhile.
Yeah, I think it's two things. I definitely think COVID is impactful, and I think I had a similar type of situation of you with lifting in that it hit me at the right point in my life. I've always exercised, but it was only 3 or 4 years ago that I actually was like, I need to structure this and I need to optimize and get better. I don't know if it is. So the two things, COVID is definitely a factor for sure, because once things started opening back up and running was one of the things you could do to offset this mental health problem, that this collective mental health problem that everybody was going through.
Sure.
But I also think environmentally, the situation hasn't gotten particularly good since around 2016. And very strange what could have caused it. And that combined with the millennials getting into their 40s, where that's a lot of times where people have essentially a midlife crisis, but it really is this cognitive understanding that oh no, death is a real thing. And I'm potentially more than halfway there, with it being specifically millennials, because future if you remember the 80s, it was such a joke to oh, you eat healthy, what are you, some type of fucking, and that doesn't
I love that and I know and our audience knows that there's no good way for you to finish that sentence, so you just have to cut
Exactly.
it off.
Insert slur here that's no longer acceptable, and frankly, no longer acceptable is such a wild way of phrasing that, because it was never acceptable. It was just
No.
commonly used. But the point is that, like, older generations didn't go like, oh, I am now going to like focus on improvement and self-improvement. They were like, I have enough money to retire, and
Yeah.
I'm not working.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like,
gonna
it's
go get
more like
drunk
a
at Key
leisure
West.
mindset. Right.
Yep.
Wait, what? I missed it.
I said I'm going to go get drunk in Key West for the next 20 years.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to go be an expatriate in the Philippines and find me a wife.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think I think you're right in that it definitely is more prevalent, but I think that's across the board, and like X percentage of people are running and X percentage of people are like now lifting all of a sudden, and et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I have, like, with my focus on it, I have now gotten like stronger than I've ever been, which makes me wonder like what I would what I could have gotten if I like had done this in my 20s. But
yeah, if your own biology wasn't cutting your strength by 2% every year over year, and you were like actually getting like huge gains. Well, no, I'm saying like your effort, it might be increasing your strength by 6%, say, year over year, but your biology as an aging man is cutting your strength by 2 to 3% year over year.
Right.
So your total gain is still 3%, 4%.
Awesome. Yeah. But also, do you know what's fascinating about that is that your hand-eye reflex coordination starts deteriorating with something like 26, but you can massively improve year after year because your brain becomes increasingly and exponentially more efficient at what it is you're trying to do because of like the years of practice of doing it. I'll find the study and I'll send it to you because it was really fascinating read regarding that. Anyway, so running shoes, yeah, difficult product for sure. But I feel like
did any of this inspire you to get a pair of running shoes? Like, I know from my perspective, I could try these running shoes out just out of curiosity, but I already have like 8 pairs of running shoes.
Yeah.
So did any of this make you go, oh, I want to try to get a pair of running shoes now?
No. Yeah. I'm not. I think I'm the hardest kind of sell though, because it's like I not only don't have any like, oh, should I start running or should I try to get into shape? I think that might have a better resonance with people, but it's gotten to the point where I'm like, I'm worried if I start running, I'm too heavy now and I'm going to hurt my already not great knees. So,
I mean, that's a valid concern.
Yeah, but it's valid, but it's also like I'm self-defeating because it's like, well, if I'm worried about hurting my knees, why squat 315? There's no need. There's no
need.
Hey, but I did manage to shoehorn in my my weight that I put on the bar. Look at me.
Why?
Anyways,
why squat 315, 405 max? Why? Just why?
Thankfully I have stopped chasing 1 rep maxes. You know, I don't see the value. I enjoy the working out. All right, that's it. We're done.
Send us home, Country Road. You got a cool video? Yeah.
Yeah, do.
Bradini, I remember this. Oh my god.
I do too. I was like, I'm gonna grow long hair.
With tired arms and do you think the only way you can French braid your own hair is with tired arms and 6 hands? Not anymore. Presenting Bradini, the self-braiding tool that lets you French braid your very own hair. Guaranteed. Simply place hair from one side of your head in the first loop and slide hair from the other side of your head behind it. Bradini does the rest. With 2 easy steps, you'll make loose, elegant braids or tight, sporty braids. You decide. Look again at how easy it is. Just loop hair in from one side and slide hair from the other side behind it to get the patented Bradini and detailed instruction manual. manual. But wait, you'll also receive our sports braider for the tightest, most secure braids, perfect for running, aerobics, even swimming. Say goodbye to messy braids forever. Get the original Braidini and Sports Braider.
Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-626-3200. That's 1-800-626-3200 or send $14.95 plus $3.95 shipping and handling to the address on your screen. For faster delivery, call 1-800-626-3200.
Pretty underwhelming jam.
Yeah. Well, it's a pretty underwhelming product.
Yeah. He's like, it's so easy. And I'm like, I have no idea what's happening. But then again, I'm not a hair braider. So
I had to learn when my daughter was young because there was nobody around.
And
I had YouTube videos.
You didn't have Braidini, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, that's true. If only, right?
If only. Steven, hit us with that outro.
First of all, you're not the fucking boss of me. It's okay when I do it, but it's not okay when you do it. And that is a wrap on another episode of So You Think You Can Pitch. But wait, don't go yet. If you liked what you heard today, hit that subscribe button, folks. And thank you to the people who have been doing that. Our numbers are increasing. Our views are going up. You guys are listening to the podcast. We appreciate it more than we can say, so we won't. If you subscribe in the next 10 minutes, we'll throw in a brand new episode absolutely free. That's right. Free reviews, free follows, free shares. Operators are standing by. I've been Steven Kerrigan. That one's been Peter Roccaforte. And this is So You Think You Can Pitch, where every episode is a limited time offer you cannot afford to miss. So don't. I almost left the studio again without ending the stream. I did that the first time, caught it this time. Good for us.